Somebody from Israel is there.
Yes.
Who?
Pavani.
Pavani.
The chef, remember?
Pavani. Yes.
Pavani?
Yes. Pavani. Hello.
Really?
Om Shrutismritipurananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpadam Shankaram Lokashankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punaha Ishvaro Gururatmeti मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। सर्ववेदान्त सिद्धान्त. Why am I chanting all by myself? सर्ववेदान्त सिद्धान्त गोचरं तमगोचरम् गोविन्दं परमानन्दं सद्गुरुं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहं। दुर्लभं त्रयमेवैतत् दुर्लभं त्रयमेवैतत् देवानुग्ररहेतुकं मनुष्यत्वं मुमुक्षुत्वं महापुरुष संश्रयः. 3 M's. M and M and M. Durlabham means rare, difficult to get. Then we have to see why each one is difficult to get. Human birth is difficult to get. Why is human birth difficult to get? Because it is based on karma. Yes. Somebody said korma, I heard. Korma, having korma is also based on your karma. Okay? Yeah. So it is based on previous karma. So a certain kind of a karma has to come to a certain fructification in order to have a human birth. Meaning there should be, birth is based on desires. The karma phaladata, Ishvara, in the form of who? Chitragupta, will give the fruits of karma according to what? According to the dharma. That is what it is. So dharma has to be followed for this karma to come together. And just between you and me, dharma is not very appealing. Who wants to follow dharma? I mean, if you ask outside the ashram, nobody will say, what is dharma? It's so boring. Do the right thing always. Don't do the wrong things. Vidhi, nishedha, vidhi. Injunctions, prohibitions, injunctions. Do, don't do. What is this? I want to be free. I want to do as I like. This is the feeling, the inward feeling in every being is a certain kind of a rebellion. The 2-year-old child, that's why it's called terrible 2 in America. Because until 2 the child is manageable. After that it has no idea of limits or anything like that. So you say, sit down. Why? Get up. No. Anything you say, it does the opposite. So then the parents start to use reverse psychology. Go play. No, I'm tired. So this is and even that they quickly figure out. And then they don't follow that also. So there is a kind of a karma that has to come into fructification. For this punya to come, 2 things need to be, for this human life to come, 2 things are necessary. One is punya and the other one is a tivra ichha for moksha. We are getting ahead of ourselves because the ichha for moksha is the second one, but still this has to be there. Tivra ichha for the study of Vedanta, for moksha must be there. Otherwise, it is impossible to come for this, to even get a human birth. To illustrate this, Pujya Swamiji would give one particular example that happened when I was there. So he and I went, this was soon after 9/11, and then we were standing in line to go from Mumbai to Ahmedabad by plane. And then going from Mumbai to Ahmedabad, there were so many checks. Every aviation company, every airline, every government was frightened, but the Indian government is paranoid. Okay, very frightened. And there were so many security checks. Already we were late because Pujya Swamiji had many people to come to see him. Barely we made it to the airport with 1.5 hours to spare, and the line was like a big anaconda, big snake. And then every 2 minutes there were surprise checks, and we had already been checked so many times. And still there was a long line, and then I turned to Pujya Swamiji. I said, I don't know if we'll make it. No, we'll make it. He said, let's wait and see. I said, Swamiji, in 45 minutes there is another flight with another airline. Shall we do that? No, let's wait and see. And then as we were waiting, suddenly somebody came with a board, Ahmedabad. And he said, in true Indian fashion, Ahmedabad, come here. Like filling a bus. That bus station samskara was there even in the airport. And so, come, Ahmedabad. Who is coming? So of course we went out of the line. And very quickly we were on the plane. They put us in the bus, and the bus took us to the aircraft, and we were sitting in the plane. Swamiji was he was generally quiet, but he was uncharacteristically quiet, extremely quiet. And then I thought, I really want to know what he is thinking. Where is his mind? What is he thinking? Even in the plane, he was very quiet. And then we got down there. There also we were late, and then immediately we had to go to the venue. He was going to give a talk. This is how he began the talk. And it might have been this verse, I'm not sure. This is how he began the talk. He said that in order to get the human birth, this thing has to come to the fore. The desire to study, the desire to be free has to come to the fore. And when it comes to the fore, all the other desires take a back seat. And they don't fructify. This one fructifies. The not the last desire, but the strongest desire. Even though they say the last desire decides, the last desire means what? Because it is the strongest, it is coming even when one cannot see, hear, drink, eat, and one is bedridden, still that thought is there. That's why they say last desire. But actually it is strongest desire. So if moksha is the strongest desire, he said just like that, just like there may be so many desires in line, standing in a long line, but somebody will come with a board, moksha, 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 and take you to the front of the line where you will be incarnated as a human being. What a wonderful example, really. And I just feel so happy to have been part of it, to have lived that with him. Yes, so beautiful. So this is how this is the first thing which is needed, is enough punya, enough dharma one should have done. And the second thing that is needed for the human birth, the ingredient is what? The desire for moksha should be there. Otherwise one can be born as a dog, a cat. Somebody will feed. No problem. All the dogs are thriving there. They are eating very well. Better than any other dogs in any other city, I think. They are just happy. So are the cows, thanks to her. And so like that, there is just no problem at all. And so therefore, to have a human birth is just a very rare thing. That's why it is called durlabha, extremely rare, not possible easily. So this is the human birth. Human birth is meant for moksha. But does anybody know it? The baby doesn't know it, and you can't blame the baby. Why? Because even the parents don't know it. Parents will say, please become big. And then what? Study. And then what? get a job, get married, have babies, and then repeat, rinse, repeat, same thing. This is a cycle. The parents are very happy when you perpetuate that same cycle that they were made to go through, and their parents before them, and their parents before them. This is what it is. They have a samsara parampara. Okay? So that is what they know. That is what they feel safe in. You can't blame them. There is safety in numbers, there is safety in doing what everybody else in the society is doing. So that is what they will impart their children. Study, get ahead, get a nice job, get married, have children. This is what it is. And then what? Have grandchildren. That's all. Make your children also have children. This is all they know. And not only Indian parents. Any parent anywhere, this is what they will do. So how will the child know I want moksha, mumukshutva? This is why it is even more durlabha than human birth, one can say. Human birth, why somehow, accidentally, as the next verse we'll study, will tell, somehow we can get human birth. But how to make this worthy of moksha is a very, very important question here. So, the second M, mumukshutvam. Mumukshutvam is the status of being a mumukshu. That's why only mumuksha is not there. It is the status of being a mumukshu means that I am a mumukshu. That status is called mumukshutvam. Deliberately the word mumukshutvam instead of mumuksha is used. But then if we look at it dispassionately, we see that everybody is feeling bound. For some reason or the other. They are feeling bound. I want this, but I am not getting this. So, in other words, everybody wants moksha in the whole world, but their idea of moksha is very, very different. Some person says that if I have a car, I will be free because I can go wherever I want, whenever I want, beep beep. I can just go. Happily I can go. I don't have to depend on you or public transportation or these, whatever they are called, which ply on the roads of Rishikesh. I don't have to go in them. I can just go whenever I want. Oh God, please give me a car. Other person has a car, sick of the car. Wants to sell the car, but nobody will buy the car. Why? Because it is bekar, because it is useless. Yeah, it's not such a good car. She too has a prayer. What does she say? Please, somebody let somebody buy this car. Then I'll feel free because I'm paying tax on it, I'm paying EMI on it, I'm doing all these things. I don't want all these things. I want to be free. So the way the freedom is defined is very, very opposite. Some people think if I'm married, I'll be very free. But the married person doesn't think that at all. The married person thinks, please. Pujya Swamiji used to say, first, I love you, and then I allow you to go. After some time. This is what it is. Doesn't take much time. So, what is this moksha? People don't understand. People don't understand what is this moksha for two reasons. One is the concept of freedom is very subjective based on ragadveshas, number one. And number two, they think that everything is an act of doing, is it not? We are doing, which is much to our undoing. So they think moksha is also a product of action. It's a karma phala. Moksha is not a karma phala. It's not as a result of karma. Why? Because your swarupa is mukta swarupa. It's already free. Your swarupa being free, you don't need any karma at all. This is why they hit and miss. Moksha, they want moksha, correct. But what is this moksha? They don't know. So they go in search of things to accumulate, by which one would become free. So they think, or by getting rid of things, by giving everything I don't want to you, I'll become free. That is what the person thinks. Either by acts of accumulation or acts of giving up, giving it to somebody else, getting rid of. Then you come into the religious realm. There also there are differing concepts of moksha. Christian moksha, what is Christian moksha? Living in heaven permanently. There is such a place called heaven. If it is other than you, it can never be permanent because it is other than you. And what is other than you is limited. You are limiting it, it is limiting you. But this is the moksha. You live a good life and then the soul survives death and then you go to heaven. And then again, Buddhist moksha is you get nirvana. That is also some kind of a moksha. There also it is very different interpretations and very different understandings of what this moksha is. Read afterwards, listen now. So then, this moksha therefore has to be understood properly. The irony has to be really appreciated. What is the irony? I'm striving for something that I already have. In unbridled moments, I have so much happiness. Suddenly I'm happy. For no reason I'm happy. I'm very, very happy. And I don't seem to be able to catch hold of it. It is elusive. It is going away. This kind of a happiness I know, but I want to catch hold of it and keep it going. But then what is happening? It is moving away from me. This is the problem. And when I understand that, then I start doing some kind of an Ananda Mimamsa. How far can you go? Deva, Gandharva, Manushya Gandharva, like this, Yaksha, Kinnara, all these people. And then higher level of Pitralokas, and then all these other devas, karma devas that we will see. So karma devas are chai walas in heaven. Yeah, they serve other devas. And their happiness is, what is that, billion times more, trillion times more than 1 unit of human happiness. So where is the end? When you pursue happiness through action, and wait for the results of action, there is no end. And so the one that is able to have a cognitive shift in the mind, to understand what moksha is, some cognitive shift, that my happiness is not based on the vastus, on the things outside. My happiness is mine alone. It needs to be understood. This is mumukshutva. But then this mumukshu has to make a huge leap, the kind that Hanumanji made from where? From Rameshwaram to Jaffna, because that's the closest point from Sri Lanka. That is, it's all metaphorical. You see that leap is a leap of Shraddha. From mumukshutvam to jijñāsutvam. That I have to study. This desire for freedom is not based on karma, because in karma, in pursuing something with action, what happens? I am always left hanging because there are many hidden variables. You take care of the known variables, but there are many hidden variables that come and like a jack in the box and surprise you and you don't get the results. So here we get the results by understanding that I am already free. I have to know. This is jijñāsutvam. I have to make this huge leap. And Hanumanji's leap was not easy. One sudden demoness came and said, "Hey, last life you said you will go in my mouth." And you escaped. So this time I'm not going to let you go. But Hanumanji had many siddhis. One of them was Laghima Siddhi, meaning becoming tiny, small. So he became one little bee, some insect, went in and came out. I have fulfilled.
Yeah.
So like this, so many obstacles were there. First was his own self-confidence. He said, I can't do it. He was standing there shivering. But then an elderly Vanara said to him, no, if anybody can do it, you can do it, and inspired him with the courage to do it. And that leap of Shraddha, that leap from Mumukshutvam to Jijñasutvam, leads one straight into the heart of the demon king's kingdom, the unconscious mind. That's what it's all very, very metaphorical, very, very nice. So this leap, again, if some punya is needed for human life, and if even more punya is needed to find out that one is a mumukshu, think of how much more punya is needed to convert myself from mumukshu to jignasu. And it's not just punya based, it's also my own purushartha is also there. I make an effort to put myself in teaching situations whenever, wherever I can. That is also very important. So we are talking a lot about punya. There are two kinds of punya. One punya which gives you samsarika sukha. Sukha in samsara. Samsare bhavam samsarikam. So samsarika sukha, the one that gives you sukha in samsara. Suddenly some nice things come. Samosas come, jalebis come, ice cream comes. Yeah, this is one kind of punya. Even though somebody may be giving it, it's your own punya. Because why? How come you are in the right place? You could have come, it would have just gotten over. Yeah, but no, you got it. So some punya is there. That is one kind of punya. Another kind of punya gives a desire for moksha, gives mumukshutva. It is called shubhecha, shubha ichha, an auspicious desire. How many auspicious desires are there? Not many. This is one of the few, and I would argue the only auspicious desire that is there is the desire for moksha. No other desire is auspicious. Oh, but how can you say such bad things about my desires? Think about it. Think about where the desire ends up. So if you get it, you are what? Happy or sad? Sad. Because after a while it's going to go. If you get it also, you're sad. If you don't get it, definitely you're sad. Only difference, if you get it, you're sad after some time. Because it will go. Sureshwaracharya wrote in the Vartika to the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, what did he write? Sarve samyogaha viyogantaha. Viyogantaha sarve samyogaha. Samyoga, coming together of the desirer and the object of desire, of the subject-object, however you want to take it. The coming together, samyogaha sarve, all the coming togethers are until when? Viyogantaha, until separation. So whatever comes together is going to go apart. This is a law of life. You cannot bypass that. Even the Christian marriage vow, what does it say? Until death do us part. That parting has to be there. Anything, anybody, anything, nothing is forever. But yet I am searching for the forever. That means what? That forever, the yearning forever is not a desire that is cultivated. It's an uncultivated desire. I was teaching some teenagers and I said, give me one example of uncultivated desire. And the 11-year-old said, TV, cable TV. In this generation, that's what they think, So, uncultivated desire is like desire for food. Uncultivated. It was born, as soon as I was born, I started to cry for food. Desire to breathe, uncultivated. Desire for clothing, shelter, uncultivated. For every uncultivated desire, there is a solution where? Here and now. Here and now. Right here there is a solution. You don't have to go anywhere else. If you tell a hungry person that in heaven there is lots of rare foods, lot of wonderful dishes worthy of the gods, what will happen? They will send you to heaven first. That's what will happen. Because why? They are hungry now, thirsty now, cold now. That is what they want now. For every uncultivated desire, Bhagavan has made the solution where? Right here, right now. Ihaiva, atraiva. So then the desire for moksha is cultivated or uncultivated? Cultivated? Cultivated? Uncultivated. It cannot be cultivated. Yes, because there is, starting with age 2, where the child declares, I'm going to tie my own shoes. It cannot even say shoes. Right? And it cannot even tie it properly. Mother comes near, it goes, shoe. No, me, all me. I want to do by myself. Uncultivated. There is a sense of separating from the parents at that young age. No, me, go away. I'm my own person. Don't you see? I have an ego. Uncultivated desire. I want to be free, and for that freedom, somebody will go to Tirtha Yatra, somebody will go abroad, somebody will go do something different, somebody will dye their hair green. To confuse the people, whether the trees have started to walk or what. Sthavara has become Jangama. That is what you know. Doubt will be there. So, this is all an uncultivated. Moksha, the desire for moksha, I did not make it. It's not human made. It is not man made, woman made, human made. It is already there. Bhagavan has put that desire into me. Just like the desire for food, this is another kind of food desire. I'm hungry to be whole. I'm thirsty for this oneness. It's just like hunger and thirst. Uncultivated desire, totally uncultivated. For every uncultivated desire, there is a solution here and now. For moksha, also the desire to be free, there has to be a solution here and now. And that brings us to the third M. What is that? Mahapurusha Samshrayaha. Samshrayaha, taking refuge in. Refuge means what? Surrender. Taking refuge in, surrendering to Mahapurusha. This again is very rare. Durlabham, we have to bring that Durlabham with everything. Durlabham, what is that? Manushyatvam, Durlabham, Mumukshutvam, Durlabham, Mahapurusha Samshrayaha api. Durlabham. Difficult. Very rare. Mahapurusha here means a jnani. Somebody who knows. Do I know or not? I don't know. Then I am supposed to find out somebody who knows. How will somebody who doesn't know find out somebody who knows? This is the first difficulty. That's why we use certain other criteria which we think are objective, but they are all pratibhasika based, very subjective. We look for people with a large following. Even on Twitter, enough, doesn't matter, Twitter, Facebook, doesn't matter. Large following must be there. Then I think what? So many people are going to him, her, whoever it is, then I am safe because everybody is going. The Kathopanishad says, not necessarily. Not necessarily, because it is like andhena eva niyamanaha yatha andhaha. It could be that it like the blind leading the blind. Blind is leading. And others are also blind. They don't know that their guru is blind. What does the blind guru do? Walks ahead and can't see, falls into a ditch. Everybody falls on top of this guru, fadar, because they also don't know, poor things, nobody can see. And then they all get up, dust themselves and bemoan their karma, correct? And the leader says, I fell first so that you could all fall on top of me and feel soft, and so I broke your fall. And next they are walking, the guru hits a tree. Then everybody has a domino effect. So this is what the Upanishad says, that we have to be able to seek a proper teacher. Mahapurusha Samshraya here means seeking a proper teacher. Often the search for the teacher is very subjective, based on one's own background, based on one's own ragadvesha. The heart is given to somebody who cannot or will not teach. It's like somebody who doesn't talk at all. And they don't talk. Why? Because they might not need to talk. They might know, but they might not wish to teach. They might not want to teach. So if the heart is given to such a person, then how will you understand? That is something which is very important. But why was the heart given to such a person? Because the person perhaps, this is just a conjecture, estimation, the person perhaps grew up in a family that was full of lots of noise, everybody fighting, conflict. They greeted each other by, oh, you useless one, what were you doing? And so much criticism back and forth like this. Some families are like that. If they don't criticize each other, the food doesn't get digested. This is how it is. So, coming from such a family, this person was in search of a guru, left the family, cannot handle it, and then what? Sat down in front of this quiet, tranquil presence, like sitting at the foot of a nice, calm lake, placid. Said, oh, you are my guru. The guru neither said yes nor said no. Why? Mauni. So therefore, this is again a very subjective, you can look at this trajectory, very subjective trajectory. Based on something that is familiar or based on something drastically different from what I've had. I cannot handle this kind of whatever I grew up, so this is what I want. Then what is the objective criterion? The objective criterion is only one. Because we cannot discern. If one doesn't know, one cannot discern. Shrotriyatvam is the objective criteria. Whether the person is Brahmanistha or not, you cannot go inside their heart and find out. Whether they are committed to Brahman or whether they are committed to something else, how are you going to find out? So, the only thing to do is to see that they come from a sound lineage. Sound lineage is a samasa, an English compound. How are you going to break it? Not a lineage that makes sound, okay? A lineage that does not you did not miss anything. It was just a little bit. A lineage that does not distort the message of the Upanishads. That is what is called the sound lineage. There have been efforts. Sa atma tattvamasi. Sa atma tattvamasi. He Shvetaketo, sa atma tattvamasi. Atma, long A, then tattvamasi. Sometimes, you know how they have interpreted sa atma atattvamasi. You are not that. Did I have to come to you to find out I'm not that? I already knew that I'm not that. I already knew I'm away from Ishvara. I'm away from Brahman. Do I need to go to a guru to find out I'm not Brahman? That which is already my capital, Atma Ajnanam. The capital I was born with. I don't have need somebody else to ratify that for me. I need to overcome that. So therefore, these kinds of distortions are there. The Bhagavad Gita also in one in one place, Upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninaha tattvadarshinaha. What is that? Fourth verse, 36th, fourth chapter, 36th verse. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashneena sevaya upadekshyanti te jnanam jnaninaha tattvadarshinaha. Clean verse. You approach with certain demeanor in mind, pranipata, attitude of surrender, pariprashna, asking proper questions. And then, what is that? Sevaya, through seva, then definitely they will teach you. Who are they? Jnaninaha, Shrotriyaha, then Tattvadarsinaha, Brahmanishtaha. These Brahmanishtas and Shrotriyas, they will definitely teach you. Upadekshanti te jnanam. Then there is one, when A is there and A follows, there is an elision of the A, according to the grammar rule. Engaha padantad ati. It is called in the sutra. If you don't understand, namaha. Don't worry about it. So this engaha padantad ati. So when at a follows, then that the a drops. This is what it is. So they say upadekshanti te ajnanam. Does ajnanam have to be taught? If anybody says yes, please see me after class. It's an urgent matter. Ajnanam doesn't have to be taught. Why? Because I was born with it. That's why I'm born. I was born because of ajnanam. Therefore, it doesn't have to be taught. If anything, it has to be untaught. It has to be removed. So like this, there are many things. Somebody will say, catch the nose, you will get moksha. Catch the toes, you will get moksha. Do this, give me all your money, I'll give you instant vairagya. Yes, there are people who do this. Give me everything you own, then you will not be stressed. There's one lady in the Bahamas who goes on saying, I'm too blessed to be stressed. And so like that. So you'll be too blessed to be stressed. What is the root cause of all problems? Money. Give it to me. You will be free. I'll give you instant moksha from your money. So this is all there, and the Bhagavad Gita also warns of it. Pushpitam vacham, yami mam pushpitam vacham, pravadantya vipashtitah, vedavadaratav partha, नान्यदस्तीति वादिनः कामात्मानः स्वर्गपराः जन्मकर्म फलप्रदां क्रियाविशेष बहुलां भोग ऐश्वर्य गतिं प्रति भोगैश्वर्य प्रसक्तानां तयापहृतचेतसां व्यवसायात्मिका बुद्धिः समाधौ न विधीयते. Through flowery talk, everybody, these moksha mongers, these moksha mongers say, come to me, aajao. Don't go to people who say, come to me. You should choose. And if you want the guru to choose you, then that is something wrong. Because in every story, in every Upanishad, who goes to who? Guru chooses the disciple, or the disciple goes to the guru? Disciple goes to the guru. But I want the guru to choose me. This is not like some kind of a prom, okay? High school prom, dance. I want somebody to choose me. The guru is not going to choose you. And if any guru chooses you, run far away from them, I'm telling you now itself. Run far away. If anybody says, please come to me. Oh, but you advertising the 6-month course, that's why we are here. You advertise. We advertise because there was a desire there. That's why we advertised. So then, this way, the Mahapurusha Samshraya, you can see, is fraught with a lot of problems. That's why it is very, very rare to find a teacher who will accept you, who will teach you, just out of compassion, no other reason. Just out of compassion. Who will teach you? Until when? Until you say enough and you get up and go. That is the teacher. The teacher should teach until you are totally clear. And that is very, very rare. These 3 things are very, very rare. And it is told in the right at the center, in the beginning itself, so that we know that these three things are extremely, very, very important for this study. Beautifully, the Vivekachudamani he hones in on this. And then I don't know what the third verse in the other one is. I didn't open that. But in this one it is Labdhva kathanchinnara janma durlabham. That's the fourth one. Yeah, skip the third one. Labdhva kathanchinnara janma durlabham. Beach, it looks like people are drinking water. I'm hearing it. Labdhva kathanchin durlabham. फिर से ट्राई करें. Labdhva kathanchin narajanma durlabham. Again. Labdhva kathanchin narajanma durlabham. Fantastic. Tatrapi pumstvam shruti paradarshanam. Tatrapi pumstvam shruti paradarshanam. Yastvatma muktyena yateta mudhadhihi. Yastvatma muktyena yateta mudhadhihi. Not muktai. Muktyai. Muktau it is? Okay. Here, there is little Pathabheda. Yastyatvatma muktau nayateta mudhadhihi. Yastyatma muktau nayateta mudhadhihi. Sahyatmaha vinihantya sadgrahat. Sahyatmaha vinihantya sadgrahat. I forgot the swam. Swam vinihanti asadgrahat. Okay. Yeah. So this is a gate crasher. Gate crasher means somehow got the human body. Labdhva, having gained. Labh plus tva. Labdhva. Why is it dhva and not labhtva? Sandhi. Sandhi, yeah. What kind of sandhi? Yes, very good. So, labdhva, having gained. Kathanchit. Kathanchit means somehow, gate crashed. Lord Yama was putting all the human wannabes onto the assembly line. Okay, and this fellow somehow jumped the and sneaked in. Kathanchit. Somehow gate crashed into the human yoni. Labdhva kathanchit means somehow by accident. Did not deserve to be a human being, but Lord Yama also said, "Chalo, bachcha samajh ke chhod diya, let it be." Doesn't matter, let it be. Let this jiva go and become a human being. Labdhva kathanchit narajanma. This human body gained with great difficulty, durlabham, this rare birth, somehow having gained. Tatrapi, even though, tvam, you, shrutipara darshanam, you are not making any effort to understand how to even spell the word Shruti. Forget what it says, but how to spell Shruti. What is this Shruti? Why do I need this Shruti? Because most people, if you ask, do you suffer from a sense of bondage? They say no. Yeah, maybe sometimes when I don't get to do what I like, maybe, but I'm happy. Most people don't even know this. So here is this kind of a person. This verse that we are studying is a wake-up call. Is a wake-up call for those people who have somehow become a human being without really living that definition. Meaning making moksha one's life goal. Moksha has to be one's, in fact, only life goals. But at least one of the 4 life goals, Purusharthas. At least it should feature in one of the 4. But usually what? Artha kama. Artha, security, and then kama, pleasures, various pursuits that I think make me happy. This is where the person's life goes. So here somehow gaining this Labdhva kathanchit narajanma durlabham tatrapitvam shrutipara darshanam. You're not able to grasp the intent of this wonderful Shruti, the Upanishads given by Bhagavan for your own redemption. You are not able to grasp that. Yahatu, the one indeed who Atma Muktyai or Muktau, doesn't matter. So, for one's own Mukti, for the sake of one's Mukti, Nayateta, if one does not strive for this freedom from a notion of bondage. Here one can ask a question, why should I strive? You said I am already Moksha Swarupa. But little movements are necessary. I have to go to ashram, I have to find a teacher, I have to study. All this has to be done. Otherwise, striving means for putting myself in the right place at the right time. That is the striving here. It's not striving by doing something in order to get something that does not require doing. That's useless striving. This is striving, right effort. Right prayatna is made, and the right effort has to be made. And the right effort is what? Being in tune with what the heart wants and going to the Shruti, going to the Guru, all this. Here this person is not there. Is not there at all. So, Sahi Atmaha. Atmaha means it is a polite form of suicide. Atmanam hanti iti atmaha. The one who kills the Atma. What is Atma? Me. So, if I have a human body and if I'm not using it to gain moksha, it's a polite form of suicide. I'm killing myself. Vinihanti. Vinihanti means destroys oneself. Swam vinihanti. Destroys himself, herself. Destroys herself, destroys himself. Why? How does this destruction takes place? What is the hetu for this destruction? What is the hetu? The hetu will be in the fifth case. What is in the fifth case there? Look and see. Asat graha. Very good. By catching graha, catching hold of what? Asat. What should I catch hold of? Sat, as myself. Asat is everything other than Sat. Of course, there is nothing outside of Sat, but I don't know that. I have made a difference between this, and I only go for Anatma. I only go for that which I can objectify. I only want that which I can feel, touch, satiate the sense organs, which I can hold, which I can, objectify. I'm not interested in that which I cannot objectify, because what is the fun? Brahman is wonderful. Yes, where is it? Right here in you. Yes, how do I experience it? You don't have to experience it. It's that jnata, jneyam, jnanam, it's the truth of all that is you. Yeah, go away. I'm going for ice cream. Nobody is interested in Brahman. Bhaja Govindam says that. What is the correct age to study Brahma Vidya? Somebody asked. The answer is no age is the correct age.
Below 65.
Below 65. That is what we have put in the application form. So, what is the correct age? Maybe we should start them young, 5, 6, they should start saying Tattvamasi, wonderful. Balastavat krida saktaha. The child is only asakti, means the commitment is, the obsession, the addiction is to what? Play. Oh, maybe young man, young woman. Why? One young adult. Because the mind is sharp, memory is good. Only one problem. The young adult is interested in another young adult. Tarunastavat taruni raktaha. No, the people who in the Shastra were correct. We have to wait till we retire. And after we retire, then we finish all our responsibilities. All our children are married, the grandchildren are married, the great-grandchildren are married. Then I come to Vedanta. Then what happens? Keep that down. Keep that down. Yeah. So put that away. Yeah. So then I come to Vedanta. This is not a photo op. Okay, we are in the middle of a class. Yeah. So then I come to Vedanta at the end of my life. Vriddhastavad chinta magnaha. The Vriddha is interested in what? How will my money be divided? My children don't get along even when I'm alive. What will happen after I die? Who will get the house? Who will get all my property? Oh no, somebody is stealing from me. Pare brahmani kopi na lagnaha. Nobody is interested in Param Brahma. This is what it is. So if one is not interested in Param Brahma, having this body and having, this all the qualities needed to gain this, still I don't do that. It's as good as killing myself, destroying. Killing means destroying myself. More we'll see when.
10?
Tomorrow?
No, tomorrow. 12, no, 13th. 13th we'll see. 13th. Yes. 13th we'll see.
After 10 days.
After 10 days.
You're traveling, Swamiji.
Guilty as charged.
Bahamas?
Huh?
Bahamas?
No Bahamas. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. Om Tat Sat. Tea bell rang. Go have tea.
You want to do something?